So, did social media change the rap game? That's the big question today. Yes, of course. Of course, social media changed the dynamic of everything that has happened in the world since, like, Facebook could be on your phone and stuff like that. And, you know, before Facebook, when I was younger, right, you didn't really know much about what was going on through other cities unless you read, like, a magazine or, like, you watched TV. But it wasn't as accessible for you to just get on a phone, you know, and look at, hey, you know, what's the dynamic of music over here, the dynamic of music over there. You know, we knew what was Hollywood or what was on the TV. We knew what was famous, you know, but we didn't really see a lot of, like, the underground or, you know, the way you can get popping on social media. You know, you had some YouTube rappers, like, I mean, Soulja Boy was big before, like, the iPhone and shit. But, like, that's what we knew about, is what was already coming out on YouTube a little bit, you know. But there was, like, all the restrictions back then. It was hard to kind of put music out as a local artist. I mean, you couldn't be on Spotify. Artists couldn't get on Apple Music as easy. So when it came to the underground, it was pretty much about getting signed, you know, getting somebody to notice you. But now the dynamic has completely changed to where it's a lot easier to be an independent artist, and anybody can rap now, or anybody can put anything out on anything, you know. And so the way I look at it is, you sounded like the city you were from almost. You know, you took a little bit from where you were from or where you was living at, you know, as far as, like, you know, the styles you was around or whatever. But, you know, you never seen somebody say, like, where I'm at in North Carolina sound like anywhere close to anybody in Detroit, you know. And with this whole, like, Detroit wave, like, Detroit's got the sound now, right? Now on social media, with the social media and the easy access to other rappers, you know, people aren't really as influenced by the city as much anymore, and they go on to sound like other cities. So, you know, one of the biggest things I hear in the local rap community is, oh, you sound like Detroit. Oh, you sound like Detroit. Oh, that's the Detroit sound. Or, you know, not to me, but, you know, just about, like, all these rappers in general, right? So I think the biggest change to local rap or underground rap or rap in general is that there's not as much to choose from. You would think that social media would bring access to different styles or whatever, but I feel like rap has kind of become dull since social media has become a thing, because so many people are rapping, and it's about putting out quantity and not quality. You know what I mean? People aren't putting out as much good music, they're just putting out a lot of music. And when I look at the mainstream, I can listen to a couple of people, you know, but in reality, a lot of them are just biting the styles of the artists that didn't perform, which isn't a horrible thing. But I think what I'm attracted to when it comes to music is something that's new. If I wanted to hear, you know, let's say 50 Cent or whatever, you know, I couldn't really find nobody that directly has his sound, you know. There's really nobody really close to it. But then you talk, like, so say if I wanted to listen to Sada Baby, I can listen to, like, 20, 30, 40 artists that sound like Sada Baby. You know what I mean? And it's just hard. Like, you gotta look at it from my perspective here. It's like, I would like to see more artists come out with their own sound or their own thing. Like, for example, underground artist that I really like that has his own sound, Toledo, Ohio, Baby J. Like, it's different, but I like it because I don't hear it. I don't hear it all the time. I like this dude. His name is Black Major. He kind of got this, like, raspy sound, and he rapped like he from the early 2000s, but with a little bit of a new school kind of feel to it, right? And it's nice because a lot of people ain't sounding like that, you know. It's all about that hibbity mumble rapping and all that stuff, and it's cool. Like, I'm not knocking it. It's just I would like to evolve to something new. Like, I need a new sound. Like, this is why, like, I like listening to people like J. Cole, as far as people that still rap, and Kendrick and stuff like that, because, you know, it's like they got, even though they kind of have, like, the regular rap people would say, they actually kind of tell a story. So you gotta have substance And I feel like social media has caused people to be like, gunplay. I don't know how many times I heard the shit popping like a Percocet. You know, I hear all the shit, you know, the drug and gun references all the time. And that's cool. Like, I'm not knocking it. But can we get a little more substance in the music? Like, I'm kind of getting tired of hearing the same old thing. But that just might be me getting older. Like, you know, the kid in me probably would have loved this shit. But the adult in me who likes substance, it's just, I feel like social media, like I said, has produced more quantity than quality. So I challenge people, like, take time with your music. Don't just, you know, write your bars in an hour, go record, and it's just another song like all the other songs. Like, take your time with it, like, for real. Develop yourself as an artist. Even if you take your time and the song still ain't as great, I mean, keep developing yourself. Because you can sound like every other rapper, or you could be a new kind of rapper. You can create a new sound. There's just enough out there that hasn't been discovered with music, you know. You can say some lines and they ain't never been thought of, or they've been thought of and not put on a song, you know. So let's just challenge. I challenge other rappers that that are watching this or whatever. Like, develop your own sound. Take your time. Study. You know what I mean? Study. Get into it. Like, and just work, man. Because I think social media has got a lot of people expecting us as artists to put out content really quick, or otherwise we're gonna fall off. But if you ain't noticed, a lot of rappers that really put out good music, they might put out one album every 2 years because they're too busy perfecting that record, instead of putting out 3, 4, 5 mixtapes a year, and then everything is just kind of like, okay, you didn't take time you didn't get an engineer time, you rushed these videos, and then the content just ain't as great. But if you take time with it, then it's gonna come out and be like super fire. You know what I'm saying? But I do feel like social media has affected the music, because I mean, I remember only access I had to music growing up was on a Walkman, until you had like them gas station MP3s, and then the iPod came out, the classic and all that. But you didn't really get to know local rap unless you met people face to face. Now you can just get in with people on social media, and rap is so quick, people can drop stuff so quick that I don't think people take as much time to actually make the music good. Not to mention, the new style of rap maybe isn't favorited by people that grew up in the 90s, 2000s. It's a whole different style. So, but that's all I gotta say. But we gonna